Hello and welcome. This is the YouTube and Facebook pages for SilverSilkOnline.com. I am Stephanie with Maureen Bradley Designs, your guest host. Thank you for being here with me. Today I'm sharing how I'm making some really simple spring-inspired earrings. So let's get the camera turned down. All right, so here we are, just sharing with you some of the things I've been making so far and some inspiration for you. I started out making this little embellished flower where I stacked acrylic pieces together, and then I moved into some earrings and started thinking about how I could add silver silk to them. And then I came up with this super pretty inspired earring, and this is the one I'm going to show you how to make today. And then I did use some Swarovski crystal flowers, and so just in case you don't have those flowers and can't find them anywhere, I had them in my stash. So I ended up using some Czech beads, and I used some Czech bead bell flowers, which you see on the bottom here, and some Czech bead tulip flowers to make these super pretty flower style earrings. So to get started, you're going to need some tools and supplies. And I'm using several pairs of pliers, chain nose pliers and round nose pliers. And then you're also going to need some cutters. And then the components of the flower are the leaf, the crystal flower, which you can use any type of flower really will work. There's a lot of like beautiful Czech flowers out there if you can't find any glass or crystal flowers. Some acrylic bell flowers, and then I have bead caps, which I went ahead and I've been stacking them with rondelles, jump rings, more crystals. That's a 4mm crystal, silver argon crystal, and then about a 4-inch, 3.5 to 4-inch piece of 20 gauge silver wire. That's about a 3/4 inch piece of the pipe chain that I'm using in green turquoise. That reminded me of like a vine where the flowers are coming off of the flowers here. And then of course the ear wire you're going to need. So let's get started. The first part, I'm going to start from the bottom of my flower first. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this jump ring, and I'm going to open it from front to back here. Sure, got the opening. I think that's it. So like so, never side to side. And I'm going to go ahead and put that flower on. These flowers have pretty much one side where they're, as you can see, it's kind of more opaque on the back side. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my flower through there. And then I'm adding my leaf to the back so that it dangles freely. And you might just have to jiggle it closed together so that they dangle freely like that. So the flower moves freely from the leaf rather. So then the next part of this is we're going to just start stacking things. We're going to make a loop. We're going to make an eye pin on one end of this to start. And on my pliers, I have a larger side and a smaller side. And for this one, I'm going to use the large side. So I'm going to flip those pliers around, and I'm going to come in about a 1/4 inch, and I'm just going to round it around until I come all the way to the end like that. And then I'm flipping my pliers so that the larger side is inside my loop, and I'm going to crack that back so that I make an eye pin. And then I'm just gently closing that eye pin with my chain nose pliers like that. And now we're going to go ahead and open that loop. Remember, front towards you, or always front to back, never side to side. And then I'm just going to add that jump ring so that it dangles on there. And then I'm going to give it a close. And that's what it looks like. Now we're going to start stacking everything. So we started with an acrylic flower going downward like that. And then we take one of the bead caps. That's like a beaded bead cap. And then we fit the rondelle on. And then we're going to take another beaded bead cap, but we're going to face it upward this time so that the ends are fitting inside the rondelle. And then the other acrylic flower is going to be facing up. And that's how I stacked them. That's what we look like. And now you can add your little piece of pipe chain. And I've already gone ahead and I've cleared off all the little pieces or edges that would be dangling down because I cut it. This is a perfect project to use if you have a lot of scrap pieces and, just little small pieces. This is perfect. So it fits perfectly inside the little bell flower, the acrylic flower. And then we just go ahead and add another beaded bead cap. If I can get that on there, like so. So it covers that edge. And then I layered it with a silver bead cap. And then I added this little argent silver crystal as well. And that's what it looks like. That's what our earring looks like. So now we're just going to make another loop at the top. And I'm going to turn it to the side, and I'm pushing everything down, and I'm coming down on top of my thumb with that wire like that. Like so. And then I'm going to take my round nose plier, and remember we're using the larger side of the pliers, and I like to just round it around like so. And then I grab my cutters, and I'm cutting about equal distance where that little bend is, and I do a flush cut on it. And I hold on to the piece so it doesn't fly away. Again, I'm using the larger side of my pliers, coming in a little bit, and then I'm just going to round that little piece down so that we create a round loop, coming back just a little, and then I'm making sure I close it properly. And because we need to add an earring wire to it, I'm going to hold on to the bottom, and I'm going to take my other pliers, and I'm just going to bring that little piece to the side so that we can add our earring wire to the top. And I'm just making sure it's straight and everything hangs straight like that. So I just held on to the little loop underneath the bellflower and then just turned it so that we would have a straight loop because we need to make our connection here. So I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to open the loop towards me a little bit on the earring wire. I'm going to fit that onto the earring wire, close it up snug. And then I'm just checking to make sure that everything is lined up and moving that in. Sometimes the wires are so strong, so I just want to make sure that they were lined up. And there it is, our little earring. And I even thought that you could add a little bit of wire to, let's straighten that out, to the green turquoise pipe chain to show like a little line. I just thought that was so pretty. I hope that you have enjoyed this little tutorial today. This is a similar pair where I just added a little bit of the pipe chain and I embellished with more bead caps for a flower effect. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial today, and I hope you're having a wonderful week. And until next time, thank you.